The BBC has published the findings of an independent review following a series of scandals, most notably the conviction of former News at 10 presenter Huw Edwards. Edwards, who was charged in 2024 for creating indecent images of children, received a 6-month suspended sentence after pleading guilty to multiple counts. The report, conducted by Change Associates, concluded that while the BBC does not have a toxic workplace culture, there are significant shortcomings that must be urgently addressed. Key recommendations include quicker responses to misconduct, clearer expectations for staff behavior, improved case management systems, and better processes for raising concerns. Over 2,000 staff members contributed to the review, which found that the BBC, funded by taxpayers, must intervene earlier in cases of inappropriate behavior and establish stricter guidelines, especially for its high-profile personality. In response, the corporation has promised to implement what it calls the single biggest set of cultural changes in its history. The review was launched amid several controversies involving senior BBC figures, including allegations of bullying and misconduct against Edwards, Greg Wallace, and Tim Westwood. The BBC has already spent over £1.3 million on investigations, with further costs anticipated as reforms are rolled out. A BBC spokesperson said, "This is a pivotal moment for us. The report is strong, practical, and follows a lot of hard work. We recognize that like any major organization, we face challenges. But now we have a real opportunity to make lasting change." The Huw Edwards scandal was particularly damaging. In April 2024, Edwards stepped down from his £200,000 a year BBC role, citing medical grounds. This came after revelations that he had paid £35,000 to a vulnerable young man for explicit images. He was formally charged in July and pleaded guilty by September. The fallout continued when it emerged that Edwards considered returning part of his salary after his arrest but ultimately decided against it. BBC Chairman Samir Shah disclosed during a parliamentary hearing that there was brief hope Edwards might do the right thing, but he kept the money. This decision has drawn widespread outrage, especially from the mother of the young man involved, who questioned how Edwards could keep this money after everything H has done. BBC Director General Tim Davie explained that the corporation had sought legal advice on reclaiming the funds but found no viable way to do so. During a session with the Commons Culture, Media, and Sport Committee, Dr. Shah confirmed that despite repeated requests, Edwards refused to return the taxpayer-funded salary. The report's findings are expected to lead to immediate changes at the BBC, aiming to restore public trust and ensure that the organization maintains the highest standards moving forward.